To launch CaseNotes, tap the CaseNotes icon, and on first entry, tap the register button to create your account. Choose a username and password and complete the rest of the form, which doesn't transmit any data. The data is used to recover your password should you forget it. Tap the green register button to create your account, and you're now able to log in using your username and password. Once you go into CaseNotes for the first time, you're prompted to create a global case preferences form. This enables you to create all of your defaults for all new cases. And once you're happy with that, tap the Done button. Now we can go ahead and create our first new case. Tap the New Case button, and on the new case form, tap in the completed metadata, in this case to complete the case reference and the case type, and when you're happy, tap the Create button to create your first case. All cases are created as untitled, so by tapping into the title bar you can then give your case a name, and when you tap out of it, that name changes. Tap the back button to go back to your list of cases. In the top right you'll see a Create New Template button. Tap the Create New Template and give your new template a name. Templates are used to turbocharge the time it takes to put note entries into CaseNotes. So here we're creating a template representing a first interview. Tap the Save Template button and then go into our case and tap the note entry. Using the scroll bar at the top, scroll over until we find our Create Template and select the first interview, and you'll see that we can import all of the text from the template directly into the note entry. All we need to do now is overtype the variables, in this case a name, John Brown, date and time, and we can use the date and time button on the RTF bar to select an event date and time. And also location. Again, we have a location button which automatically inputs the location of the device. When we're happy, tap Done and commit the note entry into the system. Rolling down, you can see the note entry that's been added with the date and time stamp. Add another note entry into the system. Here, by touching here to begin, you can see that purely by typing data directly into the note entry and using the RTF controls, we can add in dates and times, highlight, underscore, change colours of text. You've got full RTF there with undo and redo buttons, as well as the ability to put in dates and times and location data. And when you're happy, just tap the commit button to enter your note. Now let's go and take a photograph. Tap the camera button, tap the Take New Photo button. You can take a photo and tap Use, and then give the photo a name, and then enter in a note entry describing that particular photo. Photos can be added from the camera or from the photo library on the device, and when you tap Commit, then we'll be entering the note entry in to describe that photo. Now tap the video camera and let's take a new video. When we're happy, tap the Stop button to stop recording and give that attachment a name as well. And again, when we save that attachment, we'll be prompted to put a note entry in against it, describing, in this case, the video attachment. Tap Done and commit the entry. Now let's put some audio in. Tap the audio button and the record button on the audio recorder to begin recording. Then tap Stop when you're finished and Save to save the audio recording. Give the recording an attachment name and save the entry, and finally put a note describing the audio recording in against the case. When you're happy with the entry, tap Done and then commit the entry in. Lastly, for barcodes, tap the barcode entry and use the positioners to focus on a barcode Again, you'll be prompted to add an attachment name for your barcode and to also enter in a note entry describing that barcode. When you're happy, tap the Done button and then commit that note entry in. And this is the contemporaneous way that CaseNotes works. By rolling down, you can see each of the note entries that you've added in describing all of those attachments. And now if you tap the attachment button, you can see a list of attachments here, the 4 attachments that we've added in. Tap back and let's go and add another photograph in. Let's take a new photo. So when we're happy, tap the camera button to take the photograph and use that particular photo. In this case, we'll give the photo another name. Must be unique, so we'll call this one P2, and then we'll add a note entry describing that particular photo as well. Tap Done when you're finished and commit the note entry. Now when we go back to look at the attachments, you'll see the additional photograph added in, and when you select that photograph you can see the entire photograph, and the same goes for all of the other attachments. You can play them back and view them. Tapping the back button takes us back to our case lists, and the plus button lets us create new folders. Folders lets us manage our cases, so we can create in this case a fraud investigations folder. When we're happy with the title, tap create folder, and then by tapping the folder button we can then move our cases into the various folders that we've created. Now when we tap the edit metadata button, we can actually change the metadata for any given case and then save that metadata back. Again, an audit trail entry will be added in, and rolling down you can see the metadata changes. Tap the audit trail button to have a look at the audit trail for the entire case. Audit trail can be separately exported from the case, and we can also export the entire case. By tapping the export button we can then decide in which format we'd like to export the case. So in this case we'll select the zip format, give the zip file a password, and then that encrypted and zipped archive is then automatically attached to an email which can be then sent out and received on a PC running CaseNotes for PC and imported into that, or if you've got Blackthorn Case Manager, Blackthorn Casebook, you can import automatically your cases into Casebook. When you run out of cases you need to buy more cases as an in-app purchase, so to add more cases in, simply go to your global case preferences and select the number of cases you'd like to purchase. To log out, tap the logout button and that brings you back to the login screen. If you forget your password, tap the forgotten or changed password link and complete the form with the random data prompts. Then tap the green submit, and if your data is correct, if your memorable data has been entered correctly, the system will give you the opportunity to change your password. By tapping the fraud investigation folder, we can select the case within that folder, and by tapping the folder management button we can then put the system into a mode that lets us hide cases, and using that button we can hide or unhide cases. Using the tick button you can reveal the cases. Now going into our case and tapping the case status, it lets us move our case through various milestones to completion, and again we can see that change reflected in the case metadata.